Hello EGS user, and welcome back to the Tessa Jones case. We are going through the process and we've gone through all the meeting steps, and we've just showed you a brief overview of how to fill out the step 1 worksheet all the way through corrections and additions. And now what we want to do is continue working on her case. And let's say you need to add some documents that aren't these PDF documents. Perhaps you need to add any kind of relevant document to the case that you need. So all you would do in this case, once you have created her case, there's a button on the left navigation menu simply called Documents. So you go to the Documents button, and as you can see, it's like you've already added a whole list of documents here, but the truth is, what it did, the system generated these documents for you when you clicked on each of these meeting steps and saved them. So it actually generated all these PDF documents for you, which you can click all of them independently and view them. But if you need to attach additional documents to the system, well, what you would want to do is just browse the hard drive that you're working on. And keep in mind, if you're on your smartphone or iPad or anything like that, those types of devices do not support, at this time, those do not support attaching documents. What you will want to do is make sure your documents are saved onto some kind of hard drive that you need to attach to the system. So if you find a document you need to attach to the system, you would simply select the document and then just open it, and then just simply click upload. So what it does, it finds that you find the document just like you're attaching something in an email. So you find the document and you simply attach it to the system, and it saves it as that PDF, like this ADO.pdf. So you could always click on that and view that document. But it adds it to the moving paper list of this particular file. So you have all of your documents that can be uploaded directly to the system, so you can scan them. They can be Word documents, Excel files, JPEG, GIF images, really any major file type that you need to upload. So you can always attach the documents. And let's say that you want to email all of these moving papers out. Okay, well, you can do that all at once, or you can break it into multiple papers. Okay, so if you need to email the moving papers out, all you have to do is go to Email Moving Papers, and we have all of your moving papers listed at the bottom here. So you can select which ones you want to email, or you could do a select all, and then you simply fill in the email that you want to send. Let's say you want to send it tomorrow. Okay, so you can actually send it on Tuesday the 7th. Or if you want to send it right away, here's a little trick for you. Since it's a email notification system, typically it's driven by needing to send it in the future. But there's a way you can trick it. Okay, you can actually tell it to send yesterday, and if you tell it to send yesterday, then it will automatically send out the next time the email sends out. So usually it could take anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes, but it will be sometime today that it will send out. Okay, so you just put in your information, and you can put in your information, and you could set it to whom you want it to send. Okay, so you set it to whom you want it to send, and then you can also carbon copy anybody you need to, or you can use the drop down menu as well. If you've had the email go out before and you know exactly who you want it to send to, well, you can use the drop down menu to send it to people that we don't have to rekey the to every time. And you could put the subject in here. I'm just emailing moving papers, and then you could select all, or you may just want to select specific ones. Maybe you just want to send the step 2 and the extension request form. Okay, so you could send those two out, and when you click send, and please notice what happens when you click send, it simply goes back to the welcome screen. Okay, so that guarantees that the system was set up and ready to send the email. And so it does queue the email, and it will be sent out in the next generation of the server, when the email server sends out everything. So that's how you email your moving papers. If you want to see the grievance summary, one thing that you can do is you'll always notice which grievance you're working in, because the bottom left corner of the screen will show you the grievance number that you're currently working in. But if you just want to see a quick summary of everything, well, you could click on Grievance Summary. And what that does, guys, it actually opens up a brief summary that just shows you where the case is currently at. It's at the Step 3 appeal level. Also, the name of the member involved, and typically just the dates. Okay, so basically it just shows you the dates and who the union reps were for each of these step 1, step 2 appeal, and step 3 appeal. So it just shows you the dates that those were filed on, and then the summary of the grievance itself. And of course all of your moving papers are listed. So that's just a brief summary of the whole case that you can see. And also you may want to add timeline events. Okay, and what this is something quite unique. Timeline is where you can go in and just, it's your virtual post-it note. If you want to record, let's say a member called you asking about his or her case, and you're a steward and you need to make note of it, well, instead of writing it on a post-it note and sticking it on your computer and hoping to remember it later, well, you could go to timeline and just say, okay, on today's date, which is the 6th, Tessa called me asking about case, and I told her whatever, and you could actually just sign it, just sign it to verify that you are who you say you are, and click on save. So really this could be any timeline event that happened. So this is just added features that allow you to further track every detail of the case. So if you ever have any questions, you can always go to your timeline feature and say, well, actually on the 6th she called, and then on the 8th, maybe you return her call, telling her whatever you need to tell her. So you could actually just continue adding timeline events here as they go through the process. So as you can see, you can document several things as it's going through, from your email moving papers, all of your meeting steps. You can see the grievance summary. You can attach additional articles to the case that weren't attached on the original step 1 worksheet. So you can go into articles and you could attach multiple articles to this case. Maybe this is a holidays grievance as well, or a holidays, something to do with the leave and the holidays. Well, you could attach that relevant article to the case. And even, like I said, as many documents as you need, selecting a timeline. And if you want to make notes on the case that does not show up in any of the final print forms or anything like that, well, then you can just go into the notes section and you can make notes here, okay? And you could say really anything you need to. It's basically a big white virtual chalkboard, and you could say anything relevant to the case, and you may just want to sign it, and then just click on save, and it just saves it. It doesn't do anything really, it just saves it to this, and you can always delete the notes and take them out. This has no bearing on the system. It's just an available feature for you to take notes on the case that you don't want anybody else to see except the users of the system. And so there you go. We've gone through the meeting steps. We've gone through from step 1 worksheet, and as you can see, we've created this grievance in very much detail, and you have a complete grievance summary record of it. So you can go to the grievance summary and you can see that the timeline events, the virtual post-it notes, all of those things were added as we went through. So that adds it to the table of timeline. So that's nice. In the grievance summary you have the full table plus all the documents. And let's say, oh, I want to select the step 2 worksheet and step 2 APW pilot PDF form, so you can select that PDF and view it directly from here, or you can go into the documents feature and you can go back to any one of the meeting steps and correct anything that may have been mistaken or anything like that. So it shows you a complete rundown. The next features of what we're going to discover are the ability to search out your grievances. So after you've added all of your cases, you need a way to run reports on those cases. So in the next segment of series, we're going to work on searching out grievances and running reports on those grievances. So thank you again for your time. Have a wonderful day and take care.